driving. Oh, Kaprizov scores!
Byron Buxton, a cycle!
Let's go!
What is up, everyone? Welcome in Twin City Sports Talk. Boy, we got a fun episode. We get to talk a little Drake Lindsey with the Gophers football program and an NFL mock draft that Colin Moran let out ESPN. And it is a fun one that we have to, like a very fun one that I needed to bring it to the show and really showcase it. But on top of it, we get to watch Twins baseball again today, people. Happy Friday. I hope the week went well for everyone. And I hope everyone's trying to stay inside with these fires just scraping across the entire nation. I saw in New York a before and after picture of last week at Times Square to now. Can't even see the top of the buildings. It's crazy. Absolutely insane. Yeah. Obviously, wishing everyone safety, praying for everyone up in Canada and northern Minnesota. I know they're very hard too. But it just sucks what's going on. But everyone stay safe around that. But you know what? If I have to go to a Twins game and breathe in all that, then that's gonna make me mad. Then I'll officially get mad if I have to sit at a Twins game for 3 hours, and because I'm planning on going to the Kirby Puckett jersey giveaway game. I think 5th. Hopefully the smoke's all cleared up by then. But it's been bad. It's to the point where like I can't open my eyes outside. Like it actually hurts it. So either way, people, a lot to get to. Twins predictions today and a 7 mock draft we're going to go through. Super good one today. But first, we got to talk about today's sponsor of the video. And like we talked about many times, kitchen-wise, closet-wise. People, any storage space you have in your home that you need it renovated or updated, whether that be a closet, pantry, cabinet, or even a garage space they use for storage, these are the people to call. They will transform anything to make it highly functional and beautiful at the same time. Before and afters are just an easy way to show you that. Stunning closets that make the most of every inch. And everyone, the best thing, you can book a free consultation with them. It's a fun process because you get to build a 3D representation of what you want it to look like and really see it come to life when they come out there and install it. It's a one-day process most of the time. Everyone, give them a call, 763-317-9021, wise.com/Northwest Minneapolis. I don't think I've had an ad read that good. I was rolling there. Let's go. Yeah, everyone give them a call. Actually, I forgot to mention one thing. When you guys do give them a call, tell them we sent you a Twin City Sports Talk. Both sides would like to know that. All right, let's get to some Twins predictions. All right, we got the Cubs coming out of the break, and guess what, Twins fans? This is going to tell a lot, like we've said for the last few days over this All-Star break. This is a telltale sign these next few weeks. Are the Twins going to be buyers? Are they going to sell, trade Byron Buxton, Joe Ryan, and Ryan Jeffers, and Taylor Rogers for a bag of chips? We will see. But pitching matchups, game 1, Colin Ray, I forget how you say his name, but a veteran for the Cubs against what Corey Probus calls the bearded nightmare, Bailey. I don't know who's really fearing an 89-mile-per-hour fastball, but Bailey's been great this year, so I'm not going to argue against it. Game 2.
Yeah, hey, talking about that 89-mile-per-hour fastball, Chicago Cub fans are used to it. All those years with Kyle Hendricks. It is crazy how it works for some guys.
That's true. That's a really good point, actually. Taj Bradley versus Matthew Boyd, game 2, another veteran against another younger gun who's Taj is on a hot streak right now. 2 really good starts now. We'll see if he can come through again after the All-Star break. Having that break is always, it can be difficult for guys getting ramped up again. But this is a very key second half for the Twins, and I expect some good baseball being played. Really even, actually, like if you really look, this is probably the most even pitching matchup series the Twins have had all year because game 3, the finale, Zebby Matthews versus Shota Imanaga, who is not having the same type of year as he did when he really got to the Cubs in that year 1. He has a 4.17 ERA, which is still not bad at all. but he has some gross stuff. Zebby has been fantastic for the Twins for the past month or so. Like I said, if you disagree, I don't know, but I think it's the most even pitching matchup like for a series in this year so far. The stats align, the guys just align, veterans versus the same type of statistical young guys there. It's going to be a fun one at Wrigley, and just like Corey said a ton of times on the broadcast, Wrigley and the location where Wrigley Park is located in Chicago, they're not allowed to have Friday night games there, or not very often. So Corey Provis is who I'm talking about, people. He's never seen a Chicago Cubs night game on a Fridays specifically for the area in Chicago they are. So this is very rare, he's saying, and he's super excited. So just for that reason, I'm super excited about it. if it's rare, cool. Let's go out and blow them out by 10. Let's have this offense really kicking into high gear. Byron Buxton, I'm assuming, should be back. We haven't got a complete word on that. I'm assuming Buck is going to be in there, though.
Yeah, I forget. Yeah, because he is eligible.
Yeah.
Today. Yeah.
That's why they put him on the injured list those 7 days before, or the 10 or whatever it is, the 10-day IL.
Well, yeah, with the All-Star, the 4-day All-Star break, should equal out to the 10 days.
Yeah, so Buck should be back. The offense in full force. Not many other injuries to worry about. I just hope Alan Roden stays on the team. Alan Roden is another. I'm a big fan of Roden too, but they're gonna have to make room somehow. Actually, if Buck's coming back, send Kyler Fedko down. I completely forgot that Fedko's still on the Major League squad. That's your move right there. So perfect. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm good with that. All right, predictions, people. It's been basically a week since we've made predictions now. What we got is a series prediction, how the series goes, and then Trevor and I each choose one game. Trevor, how does the series go?
Yeah, so I just had it here. So I came up with my prediction here, but I think I had it. Let me double check here. So Sunday lost, Saturday win, and Friday lost. So I'm gonna have Cubs winning 2 games 2-1.
Okay.
Which would then make the Cleveland series very, very crucial with the trade. Because then the trade deadline would be about a week out. Because if you lose the series in Cleveland, get a little worried. But yeah, gut feeling. I think you lose Friday. I think you lose Sunday. I have us winning on Saturday.
So which game you taking?
I know I'm debating which game do I want to go here.
Fair.
I'll go Saturday.
So game 2.
Yeah, right. I'll go. So yeah, Twins win this game.
All right.
We'll say Twins win 7-3 on Saturday.
All right.
And then I'm gonna kind of go a little unique here with my overall. Gonna do it's kind of weird. So I'm gonna go Pete Crow Armstrong to have at least 1 home run in the 3-game series, and Caleb Thielbar to have in his first appearance. Thielbar, assuming he's hopefully gonna pitch at least once, if not twice, against his Minnesota Twins. I'm gonna have Thielbar where he's gonna give up no walks and have at least 2 strikeouts.
No, what a prediction here. You're making me work. Caleb Thielbar, first appearance, no walks, and what was the last part?
At least two strikeouts. Two or more strikeouts.
2 or more Ks. All right. So Trevor's prediction: PCA homer in the series. Caleb Thielbar, first appearance. If he did have 2, but first
2
appearance,
strikeouts, no walks,
2 or more Ks. All right. I actually love it. Bold strategy, though, saying the Twins will lose the series 2-1, having 1 win, and then choosing to predict the 1 win. You know what I mean? You have like 2 losses, could have predicted 1 loss, but we've done it before. I don't remember how it's turned out. But another thing, people, look at the standings right here. 1 point off for me. So it's coming down to the wire. And like we've said before, week 1 of the NFL season was when we start our prediction season. To the next year's week 1. That's like a month and a half off now. So it's getting down to it. A lot of Twin series left to predict. It's going to tell a lot. I got the Twins winning the series 2-1. And for my game, I'm going to go because here's the thing. I always try to go off of like which teams have not seen our pitchers, because that's a huge advantage. When you have a team that obviously you have the iPads, the analytics telling you what's going to come at you in the batter's box, but that's a huge advantage. You don't know them personally. They've never seen you. If I'm remembering correctly, I don't think Zebby has ever pitched against the Cubs. I'm going to go game 3, all right? And Zebby's been on a roll, has a little bit of rest now. Hopefully he's going to be loaded up and ready to go. Twins win game 3. I'll say it's a tough one. Shota on the mound for the Cubs. Twins have hammered lefties over the past month and a half too. So I'm going to go, Twins win 5-3. And I'm going to say I want to make a Zebby prediction. I'll do this. Zebby will go 5+ innings pitched, and I'm going to do another series prediction too. Buck will have a homer, so we're going both. I'm going to be so pissed if Buck doesn't come back and injured, but I'm going to make the prediction no matter what.
I think he'll be back.
I think so too. It wasn't anything serious, but Buck homer in the series with Zebby going 5+ innings pitched. So 2 parlays for you guys. Hard-hitting predictions coming out of the break here at Twin Cities Sports Talk. We love it. All right, Twins baseball, we're back. It's been so ever since like the All-Star game was fun to watch. Same with the Home Run Derby, which ended in a really fun way. But for sports, I mean, I watched the World Cup, but it's just such a boring time of the year. The All-Star break, then you have 2 off days, and you're like,
Wait,
what do I even do during this time? What's up?
no, I think I just realized I don't think Fredko's actually on the roster anymore. Yeah, so he's not, but I think Alex Jackson would be the call down. I was thinking about that more. Yeah. So I think Jackson will be. Obviously, I know the Twins have a history. Obviously, Derek Sheldon had it was just a 1 year, right, during the Bomba Squad year. I don't think he had. I think it was just one and done as the bench coach, because then obviously he got the Pirates job. Obviously, my point being, the Twins have had a bit of a history of liking to roll 3 catchers for the active roster, but I don't know. I think you just go Caratini, Jeffers, Jackson down, and you would actually.
You're right. Fedko got sent down when we acquired Tommy Nance. So okay, that makes sense.
But yeah,
I agree. So Alex Jackson would be probably the one to go down. Obviously, I did also see that Garrett Acton is now on a rehab assignment in Fort Myers. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about him. He pitched 4 games in April, and that's been that for the Twins, at least. Yeah,
it's a very common Twins injury. Pitch a few games, you're done for the year. Anthony Banda, he's done for the year. Sucks, but all right, we're done. Twins baseball. I'm kidding, people. We got an NFL mock draft to get to that I'm too excited to talk about. And now, just like Trevor and I have mentioned a lot before, next year's NFL draft is immense and loaded, like loaded in general, but for the quarterbacks specifically, it's absolutely juiced. I mean, this is the most immense quarterback draft for the NFL in God knows how long. I'm pretty sure when we looked, obviously there's mocks, there's injuries going to happen in college football, but as of right now, there's going to be like 6 quarterbacks that are pretty much for sure going to go in the first. That's an NFL record. The record is 5 quarterbacks going in the first round. So that's just the stat that you have to hear. That's all you need to know there. All right. I'm just going to go through this because the main topic is Drake Lindsey, and I'll get to him in a second here. But number 1 was Arch Manning to the Cardinals. Dolphins are picking number 2. Everyone knows the Dolphins are not going to have a great year. Dante Moore goes to.
The Dolphins, not to get sidetracked, but over half, I think it's, I don't know what the percentage is. I'm almost 99% positive. Over half their cap is dead cap money from all the releases or trades or whatever. So, I mean, the roster they're putting out there is like Moneyball version for people that have seen the Moneyball movie. It's pretty much no money, not like to their fault because they're doing a hard reset.
Yeah.
All new coaching staff. I'm pretty sure it's a new GM too. So, like, not a rip on them or anything, but they're just doing a hard reset. It's going to be hard for them to be competitive, and we'll see how Willis does. But yeah, they're going to be drafting pretty early in the draft, 1, 2, or 3, almost certainly.
I mean, I don't know what the odds are on that, but like if there's any way to make some money, people put the Dolphins in the top 3 on the draft there. because I think that's free money at that point. The odds are probably very much against you there. Well, not against you, but
you get the point. Like the payout will be minimal.
Yeah. All right. Number 3 in the draft, which I'll kind of just shoot these off pretty quick, but CJ Carr, the quarterback from Notre Dame. And I also forgot to mention, this is Ryan Moran's mock draft that he put out via ESPN. So it's an ESPN guy, trustworthy as ever. Not trustworthy, but he has the right to have his own opinion. If you work for ESPN,
I was going to say if you're on ESPN,
yeah,
you're doing pretty good.
I would, yeah, that's what I think. All right, number 4 in the draft is the Browns. They draft Drew Mestamaker, the transfer quarterback from North Texas, playing at Oklahoma State next year. Number 5, the Raiders, Jeremiah Smith. Number 6, the first offensive tackle of the Falcons, Jordan Seaton from LSU. Edge rusher at 7 to the Titans, Dylan Stewart from South Carolina. Another wide receiver, big name, Cam Coleman from Texas, goes to the Panthers at 8. Number 9, Colin Simmons, the edge rusher from Texas. And then the top corner in the draft goes to the Giants at 10, Leonard Moore from Notre Dame. And then this is a surprising one, Charlie Becker at 11 to the Commanders. Charlie Becker, huge contested catch guy for the Hoosiers in that national championship run. This guy will go get it. Any fade in the end zone, these back shoulder throws, he is a perfection artist at catching those. Number 12, David Stone, defensive lineman. And now we have come to the number 13 pick, where your Minnesota Vikings are picking at 13. So that's a bit salty in my mind here.
The only thing I could take from that is, that's a bad taste.
That sucks.
maybe the division is truly as good as it's expected to be, and obviously it's more than just divisional games. But yeah. Anyways, so pick 13 Vikings go with
Gophers quarterback Drake Lindsey. And so this is why I had to bring this to the show, people. Ryan Moran has the Vikings taking Drake Lindsey at the number 13 pick. And now this is where the conversation starts, because we've seen Drake go in the first round, and Drake is progressing very well. As a freshman, having the stats he put up last year with 18 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions, having 2,400 yards, really good freshman year, like really good in college football standards. He has a huge arm, a huge frame. He's not mobile or anything, but a Kevin O'Connell style offense is not a mobile quarterback by any means. He can run, but you got to be a pocket passer. You got to be able to deliver the ball down the field. That's a Kevin O'Connell offense right there. But Drake Lindsey, another thing, attended the Arch Manning football quarterbacks camp, which only the top quarterbacks in college football go there, like Arch Manning, DJ Lagway was there, Julian Sayin, all the big names. And so Drake Lindsey is trending. And the other things is, obviously, with it being the same town, Kevin O'Connell has seen Drake Lindsey a lot. Kevin's been to a few Gophers games. He's seen Drake. He knows he has the big arm, and he's also gone to Gophers practices before, like pre-draft workouts. When the wide receivers are working out, they're watching them, and who's throwing them the ball? Drake Lindsey. So Kevin has seen a ton from Drake, but number 13 overall, it's a stretch. It is definitely a stretch. But the positive thing behind this is if Drake Lindsey's going 13 overall, I have to imagine the Gophers are getting like college football playoff aspirations there, like 9-win, 10-win season right there, where he carries them to that, which that's some good news, Gophers fans. What's your immediate thought, Trev? Because I was interested.
Well, my immediate thought is probably very few for my initial reaction when you said it. Mine is, oh, that's cool. Now we have 2 Gopher quarterbacks on the same roster. That's my first thought. It's not that we're taking Lindsey at 13. It's not that, it's the hometown team keeping Lindsey at home in Minnesota. I thought it's Rosemer and Lindsey would be in the same quarterback room again. Yeah. But then again, the argument to that if Carson Wentz is truly the number 3, and then whoever's number 2 quarterback, obviously Rosemary would be at risk of getting plucked off the
Well, I don't
Vikings
think
practice
Wentz will be
squad,
here next
and,
year.
he very well could be off the team. That's
Yeah.
the point I'm making.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't like that. I love it for Drake Lindsey and being a Gopher
Mhm.
fan, but as a Viking fan, it's 1 year of Lindsey, and I'm very much a believer in him. But yeah, you still want to see a lot more. Just especially you think of how the Iowa game, the Ohio State game went.
The
For
Oregon games,
Lindsey,
the big ones.
yeah,
The
the
big
Oregon
games.
one. Yep,
Yeah.
that's another one. So that
Yeah.
that's the immediate concern. If you're taking him at 13, the other thing is, I
Mhm.
know this is more focused, like Gophers mock and just kind of
Yep.
the praise that Lindsey's already getting.
Yeah.
Before you being the full time starter, or year 2 of being a full time starter. I lost my train of thought. Oh yes, but if the Vikings are taking him, it really makes you wonder how bad. Like, was it a mix of injuries and poor play in this
That's
hypothetical
the
for
next
McCarthy?
conversation.
For McCarthy and Murray, right? So are both gone. Then you're kind of assuming at that point, if you're taking Lindsey, let alone any other quarterback at 13.
Mhm.
But yeah, to keep it more Gophers focused, I mean, the size and the arm ability, even like his touch throws, the ones where you gotta like.
Fulton's in there. Yeah.
But the what McCarthy struggles with, where it's you gotta like get it over the linebacker's head,
2
but
bumps is Tom
you don't
Brady.
want to. Yeah, you don't want to seal it too much where the safety
Yep.
has enough time to pick it off. So there's a lot of traits, like I said, the size and the arm ability and the he can kind of complete all throws. It's basically a lot of Josh Allen. Subtract the scrambling ability.
Yeah.
So you got the size
That's
and the
a
arm
good team.
strength.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's really cool seeing that. Obviously, and then you still
Mhm.
got some other top picks too. Greg Johnson and the edge guy. I am blanking. Anthony
Anthony
Smith.
Smith. Yeah.
Yeah,
Greg Johnson. Yeah. I mean, really, that's the thing too. Like, Drake Lindsey is set up to have a phenomenal year. I mean, phenomenal year. He has, in my opinion, it might be the best offensive line in the Big Ten. You get a 4-star transfer, Warren Bennett, for right tackle. Nathan Roy is one of the best up-and-coming tackles on the other side. And then you have 2 future first-round picks on the inside, Ashton Beers, and then Greg Johnson. Beers might be a second rounder. That's arguable. But either way, I think it's the best I think it's, if not, very close to the best offensive line in the Big Ten. Weapons galore for wide receiver. You get 4-star Perry Thompson, which, yeah, we haven't seen a lot because he's been buried in an SEC depth chart in Auburn, but the guy is 6'3", deep threat. Javon Tracy, Jalen Smith, really good room. There's no reason
and I
Drake
mean
Lindsey
Fleck.
not take a huge step.
Fleck and his coaching staff too they've been pretty consistent at developing some top receivers too. Not
True.
saying that we've had like superstars, but that's been a pretty consistent pipeline.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
not so much like last year or two, but in Fleck's tenure being the Gophers coach, we've had a good track record of Gopher receivers and making it to the NFL, and
Yep.
having, if not a good year, a very like quality depth receiver piece too for name the NFL team too.
So we are going to go down this rabbit hole here. Not very long, but what happened to the Vikings that screams the Vikings are picking 13 and they're picking a quarterback at 13? Well, in my opinion, I'll let Trevor really explain more about it, but real quickly, mine is Kyler Murray has a bad year, but like good statistically, where he can't like carry that offense, but statistically it looks fine, but he's getting enough money in free agency where the Vikings are like, okay, we can't pay that, where they're just not going to pay him that next contract. And then JJ McCarthy, that's a wild card because in my scenario, Kyler would theoretically start the whole year. JJ, you either just kind of like get another guy to compete with him, another young guy instead of like a veteran, to like actually have a real, I know they're calling it a quarterback competition this training camp, but it's Kyler's job right now. Getting Lindsey would be a real quarterback competition for JJ, or they're just done with him, or maybe JJ got hurt in a game in the preseason, and then they're just worried about the injury concerns. I don't know, but if the Vikings, like you said, draft a quarterback in the first round, something went majorly wrong, and obviously picking 13. So that's all you need to know there. But what do you think goes wrong in the
Yeah.
Vikings?
Couple things I think of the struggles we had like the most recent year, right? Was third down play calling very questionable again, where it's too many passes on third and on like obvious running downs, or maybe not like obvious, but like how many times did Kevin
90% of the
O'Connell
time, you
throw?
should.
How many times did Kevin O'Connell run in this hypothetical? We could say O'Connell had too many play actions, pass plays on a 3rd and 2 and less, 3rd and 3 and less. So right, and a lot of times he just didn't convert that throw, so then it's 4th down. Injuries are an obvious one. That's the biggest like risk, right? With the top 2 quarterbacks with Murray and McCarthy, so you would probably think one, if not both of them, get hurt, and then it's another year of the quarterback carousel where it's you have 3, 4, 5 different quarterbacks playing at different points in the year for the Vikings.
Yeah.
And then not even injuries to the quarterback, but Cashman can never stay healthy. Not a knock on him. He just struggles to stay on the field for a full year, right? So did that linebacker depth get hit hard? Did Ivan
and
Pace
the line as a whole too can never stay healthy. It just can't. They're going in healthy this year, but the offensive line.
Yeah, Darrisaw.
So
Obviously Kelly's gone, but yeah, even O'Neal, right? If I'm not mistaken, O'Neal's kind of been banged up last
2 years. He's had a few. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah. Like I said, Cashman probably banged up, and so was Golday maybe not as good as we initially thought he'd be as his rookie year, replacing and playing more. Say in this hypothetical, Wilson, Cashman, both are hurt. One of the 2 are hurt. Did Ivan Pace disappoint again, where he's kind of been a disappointment besides that rookie year? Did Metellus have another down year for the highs we've seen of Metellus, where did Harrison Smith not come back, and so Metellus was playing a lot more traditional safety? I don't know. There could be a lot of things that go bad. The run game could simply just not pan out right. Aaron Jones isn't young by any means, and Jordan Mason, maybe he has a down year for what we're projecting him, or not like us specifically, but like nationally, and maybe Jordan Mason has a down year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I mean the receiver core, I mean, unless you really get rippled with injuries, that's like one thing. I mean, the receiver should be able to ball out, but if the quarterback production's not there, then that's gonna obviously take a hit on the receivers. But those would be a few notes. So maybe questionable KOC 3rd down play calling, quarterback injuries, Cashman injuries, Metellus not being the true special Metellus that we saw a couple years ago, and then run game, I would say, would be the other one.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you said, literally any of those things could derail a quarterback's play in the season. If I had to choose one of them that I think could derail it, it's Kevin O'Connell. Because to be honest, like KOC has not proved at all that he can legit, like call the right plays in a 3rd down and short scenario. And it sucks.
Another one. What if, the Minnesota heartbreak in general, whether it's Vikings or any other Minnesota sports teams, what if for whatever reason Will Riker just has a down year? Right? Where like mentally, right? He misses a game-winning kick or game-tying kick, and then that's in his head. Obviously, we gave up on Carlson far too early, and we've seen what Carlson's done with the Raiders. And then you had the ups and downs with like Blair Walsh and Gary Anderson.
That would suck the most if Riker failed, because he's literally the best kicker in the league.
Yeah, I mean, we just think he'll be perfect now. That's like how high everyone's expectations are for him.
Yeah,
that's how good he is. So I guess that could be another thing. Because I mean, even if you're not a competitive or you're not expected to be competitive, name whatever team. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but yeah. Well, I was gonna say Dolphins are pretty darn bad, but take a team that may not have a complete roster, but they've got some intriguing pieces, like the Cleveland Browns. You could take, right? Post Myles Garrett trade. There's still a lot of intriguing names on that defense. Like, even the Cleveland Browns, right? No one's expecting them to make playoffs or anything. But it's also not like every game for the Browns, most games are going to be close. And so my point being, with every game being close in the NFL, or most games being close week after week after week. Yeah, if Will Riker
Kicker's a
doesn't make,
huge piece. Yeah.
if Riker can't make that game-winning kick, or he can't tie the game up, maybe that's another thing. Hopefully, this is all just hypotheticals, and we don't gotta witness this come a
biggest
couple
thing,
months from now.
if the Vikings are picking at 13 with this roster we have, tear it all apart. Like, genuinely. Like, this past year was rough, but there's positive. With all this quarterback controversy last year, you went 9-8. Missed off on by winning the division by one play. You were that close. But if they do the same thing and lay an egg this year, and Justin Jefferson goes the first 7 or 8 years of his career without one playoff win, I need to see change, like, in some aspect. If we're picking 13, that's different. But we're going to flip to the other side, back to the Gophers here. Drake Lindsey going as high as 13. Like you said, it may be a little biased with the KOC. He knows Drake well. I know they're good. I know they have a good relationship in general. Maybe KOC just knows that he'll compete for him, and that's why they drafted him that high. But to go 13, you have to have a really good statistical year in college football. What's a logical stat line for this scenario that Drake goes 13 overall? Because last year, like I said, I'll repeat it here, 18 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, a quarterback rating of 126.9, really good, completion percentage of 63.2, 2,400 yards. For him to get up to 13, and with the Gophers roster, one of the best offensive lines, maybe in the nation, honestly, I think if he's going 13, I think 3,300 yards for sure. I think at least 26 touchdowns and below 10 interceptions, because he's going to be airing the ball out more. 100%. There's going to be, I think, a few more interceptions. I think when the confidence grows, he's going to be trying to spiral that ball into some tight windows. I think the interceptions might climb up a bit. If they don't, holla. Let's go. That's good. Completion percentage, anywhere around 65, I'm kind of good with. And yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with it. That's the type of year I think warrants a. If we're, I don't 13 either way, but like
the one thing is, the Gophers may have to be a team. So trying to think of the best way to explain this without like making it super long. Like, I think too many people like come for NFL draft. They'll like look at player statistics. Running backs is like the main one that I can think of. Running backs and like receivers, where a lot of times teams just may give the ball to name number one running back, whoever. But that number two running back, even though the statistics aren't there and all that, sometimes you just gotta trust the eye test. The physical traits.
You can't see the
that. Like, you can't just base it so much on just the production of statistics on how a player played all year. The point I'm getting at is, I think that'll be the same case with Drake Lindsey. Fleck is one of the most conservative. So, right, you have Dan Campbell of the Lions. It could be 4th and 15 on their own 20, and somehow he'd go for it. He'd find an explanation on why he thought it would be a good idea to go for it. PJ Fleck could have a 52-yard field goal, but if the wind is a little iffy, and the kicker, say our kicker's been super reliable, right, and you have a lot of trust in the Gophers kicker this year, how many times have we seen Fleck where he wants to play the field? And it's not a rip on him or anything. I mean, it's all about ball position,
every little thing with it,
like field control,
plays kicker,
I mean, just
the holder,
keeping the opposing team deep and not giving them any good field possession position. So many times Fleck won't go for it on a 4th and 1, 4th and 2. He'll always play it safe. Just right on the next possession. Give the defense,
even on 3rd and longs too, you see him run the ball 50% of the time. Like on a 3rd and 8,
exactly. Yeah, it'll be 3rd and 8, and they'll just kind of do a halfback draw and call it a day and live on for the next upcoming offensive drive. So my point being is that the statistics may not, or probably good chance it won't be like, it's not going to grab anyone's attention, but it's going to be a lot more of lot more on the film on how well did Drake Lindsey identify
Actual skill.
blitzes and
Yeah.
sliding protection, reading the defense, like the touch throws, right? When
Yep.
he can feather it above the linebacker's head but get it to the receiver in time where the safety of the corner doesn't have enough time to make a play on the ball or have an attempt to intercept the ball. So
Yep.
I think you nailed the stats on the head. Obviously, you want to see another step up and another good year, and obviously the Gophers have high expectations.
Yep.
The Gophers have always year in and year out, especially with how crazy the transfer portal has been, is
Yep.
keeping a lot of retaining the core of the team. Obviously, losing Coy Parrish has been a big subtraction that you can't really replace. So that's very very hard to replace a talent like Parrish. But
Mhm.
besides Parrish leaving, I mean, there's a lot of high expectations with this team. So yeah, what did you say? Like 65% completion percentage, low 3,000s passing,
I
and
just
like
want
the
him to
mid
eclipse
20.
3,000, 26 touchdowns, 28 touchdowns, and then just below 10 interceptions. Because if he's really throwing the ball more next year, he's going to try getting into those tight windows. A few interceptions will come, and I'm okay with it as long as they're trying, And you know who the perfect comparison to your scenario right there, where it's more of the skill. You got to look at the film and really digest what Drake's doing on his limited plays. It's JJ McCarthy. The stats don't jump out at all. Like, look, I just pulled up his stats. 2022, when he lost to TCU in the semifinal game before the national championship, his stats that year: 2,700 yards, only 22 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Pretty similar to Drake's the year last year. A few less touchdowns, but pretty similar in the yardage standpoint. And then national championship team, you think, oh, the quarterback's for sure got to be above 3,000 yards. No, JJ, he was very close. I'll give him that. But 2,900 yards in 2023, the year that they won the Natty, only 4 interceptions to, again, only 22 touchdowns for JJ. So that's obviously where everyone is hating on JJ too. He didn't prove it in college, and that's what Trevor's saying here is you got to look at the eye test. You got to look with your eyes and see what the quarterback's doing. And that's a really good point with PJ Fleck always being super conservative.
Run focused team.
Yes.
Milk
Yes,
the clock
exactly.
on time of possession.
Yeah.
And say, and that's not even a Gopher thing. I mean, how many Big Ten teams is that their offensive philosophy? Obviously, a lot more. You can name a handful of Big Ten offenses that are still run first, but they may be not so heavy emphasized on milking the play clock and really easing up that time of
Well,
possession.
Oregon is
Right?
the
They might
perfect.
be more. They
Yes.
might be more up tempo or heck
Mhm.
no huddle.
Yep.
But a lot of Big Ten teams, Iowa, Wisconsin, Gophers, just to name a few. It's always run first, run first, run first. On the
Yep.
time of possession, trust your defense. If you can score 17 points as an offense, typically
You're gonna have a
not
good
no
shot at winning
guarantee you're going to
by
win a game, but
10.
you're
Yeah.
typically going to be in a good spot as long as you're not turning the ball over multiple times.
Yeah.
That's just
Oregon
how.
is literally the perfect comparison for that. Oregon had a 3-headed monster at running back, but then they're up tempo. They need to pass. I'd love to see it. It's just unrealistic for PJ Fleck. My biggest thing though is when I'm saying like Drake needs to have a great year. The biggest thing is Drake needs to show up for these big games. Last year, like Trevor said, the Iowa game, the Ohio State and Oregon game, Ohio State was really bad. He had 3 interceptions, but that is undoubtedly like Ohio State gave up 6 points per game on defense. That's a historically good defense. And so you can't blame a lot on it, especially with the offensive line being steps younger last year, and just worse in general. But that defense was insane. He had 3 interceptions that game, but Oregon and no, I'm completely mixing this up. Iowa, he had the 3 interceptions because that was just a horrible game from the start.
Yeah, that was just a nightmare. Yeah.
Ohio State, he had 0 interceptions. He just only had 80 yards.
Yeah,
Oregon, he had 0 interceptions. So
yeah. Because the Ohio State game, we had that good first drive. I think they stalled out, got a field
ended in
goal,
a field goal. Yeah.
and then I think that was it. Because then
Yep.
Ohio State,
It
figured
was
the offense
41-3.
out. I think, yeah, Ohio State just took away the short, easy gains and
Yeah.
the pressure and the corners, just defended well. Yeah, not to get distracted. Yeah. So yeah, you want obviously that's probably You got to assume Drake Lindsey's biggest goal is, those when you're playing the like elite, haha, get it, elite, the elite programs like Oregon and Ohio States, and I forget like how many of them we have on the schedule this year, but yeah, for those massive big games, and then if it's a very very good year for the Gophers, maybe they sneak into the college football playoff. I don't think anyone is thinking championship or anything, but heck, even if you can crack us on the playoffs, we will be more than happy with that.
Oh God, too happy. I mean, that's insane. But those big games that we're talking about, the biggest one is Indiana in Indiana. But this is the exact same thing. You walk into Ohio State's game, walk into the shoe last year. This is the exact same scenario, except a stadium that holds 40,000 less people. So it's an actual doable environment where it's gonna be hard to hear, but it's doable in Indiana. Yeah. All right. And who knows? Maybe Indiana takes a step down. Maybe Josh Hoover isn't everything, even though he's one of the top quarterback transfers. But maybe they take a step down because last year they literally went undefeated throughout the whole season. But the thing we've talked about a lot, you get Michigan at home, you get Iowa at home. The Gophers were perfect at home last year, 6-0. Last year, they went 0-5 on the road. The tough road games, obviously the two, Indiana, but then the two being Washington earlier in the year, and then Penn State. Penn State later in the year, November 14th.
Penn State game, yeah, with that crowd and atmosphere. That'll be a big circle the calendar kind of game.
And that's the one where you're going to see if Drake can be a first-round quarterback. That is the game right there. Late in the year, the Gophers, hopefully, in my opinion, will be fighting for a high bowl game, maybe in contention for a playoff spot, or at least be ranked by that point, in my opinion, at least be ranked. Go into that game and have a hard fight against Penn State. And who knows? Matt Campbell did bring over a ton of guys, Rocco Beck, Carson Henson, but Penn State's not going to be as good as other years. They're just not. The team isn't built like it was. So be good in the big games, and the stats will come. Like even the Oregon game, he had 140 yards and a touchdown. He wasn't horrible. He didn't have any turnovers or anything, but the offense just couldn't get anything going. Granted, also Darius Taylor was hurt 8 games last year, and we had no run game. So, and a bad offensive line. It's a lot adds up. Drake Lindsey has everything in his pocket to have a phenomenal year this upcoming year. And this number 13 in the mock draft, I mean, right now for me and Trevor, a bit unrealistic. I think we could agree on simply. But he's going to have to prove it. And I'm excited to watch. We've been talking about it a lot. Football's only a month away, people. Only a month away. We're almost there. We are almost there.
It's within reach.
It's like the door's open, it's cracked open, but it's at the point where you like can't see inside, but like it's open. You know what I mean? All right. Everyone. Thank you again for all the support, the social medias. Everyone, keep sending in comments. One of these days we're going to do another Listener GM episode, answering a ton of questions from you guys. And again, Listener GM questions about the show, Minnesota sports, the sports landscape in general. We do not care. We'll do anything for it. So, everyone, enjoy the Twin series starting again tonight in Chicago. We're going to have a lot of content on that too. Trade deadline coming up. Can the Twins be contenders? So, YouTube, everyone subscribe, comment, like, share, Instagram and TikTok, posting shorts there. And then the Spotify, everyone go there. Give us 5 stars and follow. Everyone, have fun watching the Twins tonight. Look at these mock drafts and digest them yourselves, and we will see you again tomorrow.